Good morning, everyone. Yes, it's Sheriff. I'm home, safe and sound from Manchester. Bit of a mad weekend. And my sleeping pattern is all over the shop. Right, where do we start? Right, this video, it's not going to be about anybody else on here because I haven't watched anything for the last, God knows how many days. Last few days. It's just about the weekend, really. Anyway, first and foremost, it wasn't this is going to sound horrible, this, right? The fights, all good fights, and I'm over the moon for Gary Fox. But from a fan's perspective, it wasn't great at all, right? Like, anybody who goes to these events knows, like, people like to get dressed up a little bit, and especially the women and stuff, you know. And it was absolutely Baltic. There was like, people were having to like proper wrap up with big coats and everything on. It was that cold. I knew it was going to be nippy because it was like an ice rink thing. But it was ridiculous. It was ridiculously cold. It wasn't comfortable whatsoever. And from where we were, it wasn't a great view. And we paid for decent tickets as well. And it wasn't a great view at all. So I was disappointed. Really was. And I was saying to Paul from No Nonsense, because obviously me and Paul were there, I don't think I'd go to another one in an ice rink. I just wouldn't. It wasn't an enjoyable. It just wasn't. It just, I don't know what to say. I just didn't enjoy it whatsoever. I just didn't. Obviously, it was freezing cold, couldn't see a great deal. When you tried to stand up and get a better view and whatnot, you were getting told to sit down, and it was like, not of other fans, because obviously you weren't standing in front of people, just moving to the side, and it wasn't, like you say, again, no fault of the fighters, all the fights were good fights and stuff, but it just wasn't, like, do you know what I mean? It was like women and that all shivering, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. The weekend itself was a bit crazy, wasn't it? But yeah, it was like a little holiday for me, wasn't it? I don't, like I say, I don't do a great deal these days. I just I sort of look forward to these events, and that's what I've said I'm going to do from now on. I'm just going to start going to different events, not just BKFC, but like Simon's events, Back to the Board, all loads of other like companies' events. Because again, it's good to mix it up, I think, and just get to see a lot of different fighters. Anything else happen? Yeah, I had a little bit of a mess about with JDP on Saturday morning, but I done like a little live. For some reason, the signal in that hotel was shocking. I connected to their Wi-Fi, and that was even worse. So it wasn't great. So didn't do a great deal of videos. Met a few lovely people, different people, which was good. Obviously Danny Christie, people were going on about Danny not being happy with me and this, that and the other because of certain things I've said on here. I don't think I've said anything bad about him. I honestly don't. I've had a few digs, and I've had, obviously I've done that video where I offered him out to fight him for Paddy a while back. So there was tension. There was a little bit of tension. So me being a sheriff, obviously I just approached him and said to him, "Look, what's your problem? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to do something, let's go out there and do it. Do you know what I mean?" What happened? Obviously nothing. Do you know what I mean? Different story on here. YouTube. Real life. So, yeah, we had Sharon there trying to like calm the situation down, but listen, I don't myself. That's how we roll. That's why we go to these events, because we're not bothered about anybody. We just go and do our thing. But yeah, there was only Paul came. Niggsy never came. I think Niggsy was working, so it was too late for him to get there. I can't even remember what else we've seen now. There were just loads and loads of people who were chatting to. I said there was a lot of people from my own town turned up on the Saturday. Obviously, I went the Friday. I wasn't even... that wasn't my plan. My plan was to drive down on a Saturday. On a Saturday morning and drive home on a Saturday night. But it got to like tea time on Friday. I thought, sod it, I'm just going to go now. And just have a weekend of it. So that's what I did. Booked the hotel. Well, I say I booked it. Sharon booked it for me. So I had an hour's kip here and set off about 6:30. I think you got there at about 9 o'clock. Stopped off for something to eat first, and on the way, got there for about 9 o'clock. But with me having that hour, I was absolutely knackered. I was wide awake. And I got there, the bar and that was closed. Well, I went to the bar. It was open for about 20 minutes when I got there. They closed at 10 o'clock. There was only Andy Bakewell and a couple of... There was a lad and a lass there. I don't know them. And obviously, they were just finishing the drinks up and going, so I had a quick pint. And I thought, right, I'm just going to go out. So I went out, but I didn't have a clue where I was going. But anyway, I ended up in the city, like right in the city centre of Manchester, because I was dead. But then I walked around the corner, and it was mad. But it was, to be honest, it was a lot of... I found a pub where it was students and couples, because there was a lot of them were just like students and stuff, and like I think they were like nightclubs. I thought I couldn't be arsed with that, so I just went into this other one that was all right. Loads of people in there, speak to people, all good. And then obviously had a bit of a mad one that night, but yeah, all in all, it was a good weekend. I was just disappointed. I was just disappointed in the venue itself. I think if it was anywhere else, it would have been so much more enjoyable from a fan's perspective. Because I don't care what anyone says, right? It was freezing. It was absolutely freezing. I'd been on a drink and everything, right? And I was Baltic, where usually you don't feel it as much, do you? But it was naughty cold. Do you know what I mean? It got to the point where I went where they sell stuff, merchandise and that. I was up there trying to buy hoodies and that. They didn't even have any hoodies left. That's how cold it was. People were having to buy hoodies and all sorts because it was that bad. So, yeah, I was disappointed in that sense. So, yeah. But, yeah, anyway, Danny, I appreciate you, mate. Just take a note of what I said to you. Do you know what I mean? So it didn't go any further. I know you did say it was, look, don't be putting out on YouTube, mate. I'm not doing it to make you look like a fanny. I'm not. It's not my point, but I just need to let people know what I'm all about. Do you know what I mean, mate? It's not about you, because obviously we're buddies again now. But so it's not about you making you look silly. It's about letting people know what I'm all about. Do you know what I mean? And I don't take no shit, mate. Obviously, you know that now. Because you was up with all your fighting mates. And I just rocked up every time, didn't I? And what happened? We all know what happened. We know what happened, don't we, Dan? You know what I mean? And, in fact, part of the conversation I had, well, this was later on. I had another conversation with Dan in the actual event. And he's going to jump on a live with Paul. I don't know when, but he's going to sort it out with Paul. Because I asked him, I said to him, I'm going to jump on a live with Paul. And he said, yeah, no problem. So I don't know, Paul will get back to us on when and where. Because obviously there was no time or date sorted for when it's going to happen. But I can imagine it being soon. And that'd be good, because Danny's a good talker, and he is a good talker. I might have to see Paul, and I'll have to jump on with him so that I can ask the awkward questions, kind of, rather than just the nice ones. So, but nah, I'm only joking. If I go on, he probably won't come on. But yeah, all in all, it was a good weekend. Like I said, just a little bit disappointed in the place it was at. Other than that, onwards and upwards to the next event. I'm not even sure when not the BKFC, the next event I'm going to, I can't remember. I did say this week I'm going to go through all the different events and start marking down which ones I can attend on and which ones are not massively too far from me. Because if they're at the bottom of the country now, that, to be honest, I can't be asked. But if they're within like 3 hours or something, I'll go. So, yeah, and I'll let everybody know which ones I'm going to. But it's going to be all different ones, like all different things like Olympus and all that carry on. So, listen, yes, I'm still alive, and I'll be back doing videos again this week. I'm going to have to jump on the Brett and the, Jelly Baby carry on, because I don't know what's going on there, but by the looks of it, JDP, you've been bin-bagged for a little Jelly Baby. Now how daft do you look, you fat piece of shit. And by the way, anyone who did see me little live, JDP jumped in the comments, but it was only the other week saying, I'll meet you in Manchester, it's only 20 minutes away. Give him the option to pop over, give him the address, and what did he do? Ass went, no, we need to get in the ring, we need to make money. No, we don't, mate, right? Do you know why? We're both not fighters, right? We both don't deserve to be paid. Who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? I know what you are. You're a fanny, and you've been bin-bagged for little Jelly Baby boy. So, bosh. See you all later on.